Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the mainstream media just do not have the pulse of what's going on in Black America. They're either extremely behind, they outright lie daily, and they tell half-truths. Now, you know Vice President Kamala Harris is running for president, as we all know, and people are literally doing propaganda campaigns at this point, because ever since she's gotten in the race, they have turned up the propaganda for her. I mean, they didn't even do that for Joe Biden, but they made sure to do that for her. Now, I want y'all to check this clip out here, and let's get into what he says as straight out lies.
Do you have any sense on the potential impact on the Black vote following this announcement?
Kurt, the African-American vote is going to be tremendous throughout this entire process. We're seeing something very similar to what happened in 2008.
With Barack Obama?
Absolutely. We're seeing that type of excitement.
Barack Obama, the nation's first African-American president, in his first election, picking up 95% of the Black vote. Will Kamala Harris be able to tap into that same energy?
When you talk about the Black community, she also represents part of its core. A graduate of Historical Black College and University, HBCU, Howard University, Mother Howard, and also part of one of our Black sororities, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So it's just not...
How does that translate, though, into actual votes, people showing up at the polls?
Well, again, the energy behind it. As a matter of fact, the day after the announcement, there was a call held for Black women in support of Harris, and also the next day, Black men in support of Harris. These two calls saw a record number of individuals logging on and a record number of grassroots dollars raised into the millions of dollars.
The first lie that this gentleman told was that Vice President Kamala Harris campaign and the energy that it has today is similar to Barack Obama in 2008. That is a complete lie, and he know he's lying. This is why I say this is nothing but straight propaganda. And this is actually disinformation, okay? Disinformation means that you're telling a straight lie on some information and you know it. Now, misinformation, you could put out information is wrong, but you didn't know that. You didn't intentionally do that. This guy is intentionally putting out disinformation about this, because I remember when Barack Obama ran for president the first time. I know that was truly at that moment for Black people. Of course, today we look at it in hindsight like, oh my God, why? Why? But the Black community was excited. Black people in their own neighborhoods was talking about, hey man, you ready to vote? Man, we got to get the first Black president in there, man. Man, we never thought we'd see this. That's really what the energy was. You thought you'd never see it, right? Because forever, we never thought we'll see a Black president in America, a Black family in the White House. That's something most Black people never thought we would see. So that was an exciting time. And Barack Obama, the way he presented himself, he was intelligent. He knew how to speak very well, and he had a good looking family. That's a lot of things Black people got behind. You understand what I'm saying? So even when he took the oath and all that, it was historic. Whether his legacy, whatever it is or not, it was historic. Vice President Kamala Harris do not have none of that behind her. I don't see a bunch of people wearing Kamala shirts. I'm not talking about Kamala shirts that she's selling in her merch store. I'm talking about actually Kamala shirts that people's making and everybody walking around with Kamala shirts. You don't see that. You don't see that at all. You don't see no rappers rapping about Kamala. Nobody's talking about her like that, but she just got into the race and she got what? That's 80 some odd days now. So why are you lying, sir? Don't lie. Then number two, you talk about, oh, well, she went to the Howard and this. So what? Rachel Dolezal went to Howard. That doesn't mean anything. If that's the case, well, let Rachel Dolezal go run. And we just say she's a Black woman too. I don't know why is it that they keep bringing up her going to Howard like that. Say, oh, she went to Howard? Oh, shoot, man, I'm voting for her now. Like, huh? Then you're sitting up here touting Vice President Kamala Harris, but then you're talking about this call with Black men and Black women. The majority of the Black electorate did not get this call. No, stop lying. Y'all was in y'all little corners, y'all little boule circles, and y'all did, this was the boule and their connections doing that. That was not the majority of black America. I don't know no black woman that got an email about that. I don't know no black man that got an email about this black men call. Didn't know none of this, right? All on this call to raise money for Vice President Kamala Harris, right? And then what we gonna get out of it? That's my thing. Listen, I don't mind if we gonna get something out the deal. I don't mind. For me, all of this is business. None of it's personal. If she would say, if y'all get reparations on my desk in the form of cash payments, I will sign reparations. If she say, if you get on my desk an anti-black hate crime bill on my desk, I'll sign it. If Vice President Kamala Harris was saying that and constantly saying that and saying this is what I'm trying to do for the black American community, then I'm like, okay, well, shoot, man, we need to look more into Vice President Kamala Harris now because she's trying to give a tangible to black Americans. With politics, I have no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, just permanent interests. And my permanent interest is what's happening to black America. My interest is not what's happening all over the whatever, right? Because we all have learned in the black American community, no other group gonna look out for us but us. We can't ally with nobody because when we ally, it's a one-sided relationship. We doing all the work, they getting benefit, and then when it's time for them to ally with us, they don't do it. So that's why we say, hey man, y'all do you, and we gonna do us. It's just bottom line. Now, I may talk about some things that other people may agree with, like illegal immigration and things like that. But at the end of the day, if it's affecting my community, I'm going to say something. If Vice President Kamala Harris get off of the open borders, if she get off of all that promoting deletion of children to our black community, and start talking about at least those two issues that I mentioned, then I'll say, okay, well, let's see what Vice President Kamala Harris got going on. Because realistically, Trump has not mentioned any of that either. But I see the migrant crisis as so dire and how that's going to destroy black America, literally, if she gets in there, because she is pro-open borders. That's what she's about. That's what the Biden-Harris administration has been about, is open borders. And not only that, papering them up, giving them thousands of dollars in funds when they get here, giving them free hotels. Which one of you got a free mortgage or free rent right now? None of you, but they got it. That comes from the Biden-Harris administration. They would have to stop all of that mess for me to even start considering, say, okay, let's see what she got going on. Because even if you get reparations, you still can't be pro-open borders. No. But these people are lying. They get on TV, they lie, they lie, they lie. But they want to be on you talking about fact checking and all this other stuff. Go fact check them. And who is these so-called grassroots organizations? Who are they? You never mention them. Or is this one, is that one, is that one, is this one? You never say who they are. That's the issue too. So that's why a lot of people have checked out listening to y'all. But it's my job to make sure I keep my ear and my eye on you, because I know, unfortunately, some of our people still watch you. Still watch local media. You know, when I'm talking about local media, I'm talking about when they giving commentary on the political side. I'm not talking about your local news stories. That's not what I'm talking about. Some of you still watch the CNNs, the MSC. Even though you may watch me, you still watch that too. Some of you may still watch Joy Reid. Not to keep an eye on Joy Reid, but some people just still think she got something to say. She don't. Joy Reid has nothing to say. Joy Reid is bought and paid for. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's part of what we're here to do, is to catch them when they're lying. They're going to see in November, she's not going to get 95% like Obama got. She's not going to get 95% of the black vote. That's not happening. Even Biden didn't get that, and that was his vice president. If anybody should have got even 95%, it should have been Biden, because Obama picked him, and he didn't even get it. Right? So let's see what happens. We all know what's gonna happen, but I think they're gonna have a rude awakening. I'm not saying that more black people gonna vote for her than they would have voted for Biden. Of course, some of them will. I mean, I'm not silly to that. But what I'm saying is it's not going to be 95%. And that's what he's trying to get at. Oh, everybody's so excited about her. No. And you talking about what, her concerts that she's having? She's having concerts. People are going to see Megan Thee Stallion and anybody else that she's inviting. And then people are filming after they perform. They're leaving. They're not even listening to her like that. That's embarrassing, right? Because she don't really want to go out there on her own and do a rally without nobody trying to bring their crowd in. You're avoiding the media, which is not a good thing to do. Even avoiding Fox News. You should go into hostile territory and do an interview. Not to say you're going to be disrespected, but sometimes you make them pull some of them voters toward you. But if you stay in the echo chamber, you're not going to expand your voter base. You're just not. But they always lying to black folks, lying. But we here for it, ladies and gentlemen. We here for it, and we're going to keep an eye on them. Make sure that we always, point them out, because that's some of the same people that's going to lead you right down that path of destruction. Because, okay, you go out there and vote for Vice President Kamala Harris, and then she put on another 20 million migrants on top of you. You know what I'm saying? And these migrants, all of them not coming from the African continent. They're not coming from the Caribbean. The black ones not coming from Latin America. They're letting everybody else come over here but the black ones. You better believe